Welcome, Algebra 1 class. Today we're going to be learning Chapter 6.3, Slope-Intercept Form, which is one of the most important things about Algebra 1, and it is really easy. So are we ready? If you guys don't mind looking at your books, I'd like it if you follow along in your book. So like first thing, you should be reading the lesson before even starting the video. Like read the whole lesson, do every example, and then come back, start watching the video. If you got questions, you could watch the video over or read the text over again. If you still have questions, there's always Khan Academy, there's always Google Classroom, where you can come just text me and find out what the answers are. I can help you out. All right, here we go. We're going to start here. This is example number 1, page 245, and this is the most important, beautiful equation we have. Y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b. There's a really important thing here. First is that when you have an m there, that stands for something, all right? And so it stands for slope. Anytime you see an M, you're going to say slope. B, that stands for your y-intercept. B is your y-intercept. That's where it hits the y-axis. So y equals mx plus b, very important. Every equation today, we're going to try to get into y equals mx plus b form. So first equation is 3x plus 2y equals 6. Okay, so let's go. You need to zoom in on that. Okay, good. 3x plus 2y equals 6. We need to turn this equation into y equals mx plus b, which means we got to solve for y. We got to get y all by itself. Hey, do you remember what slope was? Do you remember what the letter for slope was? Hey, Gracie, what's the letter for slope?
M.
There you go. It's an M. And then what's the letter for y-intercept?
B.
B. Are you listening? Let's go. Hey, check this out. Come here. This is my barn where I have a pig pen. Come check it out. Oh, and this is my dog. This is my dog, Huck. Hey, Huckers! Oh, he just scared of me because I'm kind of hyper. All right, so this is my pig pen, and so I don't have a pig, but when I have a pig, that's where we put it, and then we have bacon. It's delicious. But yeah, it's just kicking it here right now. But let's go ahead and finish this problem up, and then we'll get started. So, first thing we're going to do is we have 3x plus 2y equals 6. We got to get this into y equals mx plus b form, which means we need to solve for y. Get y by itself. Everything else to the other side. That's all we have to do. So we have to get rid of the 3x. So we're going to subtract 3x from both sides. So subtract 3x from both sides. When I subtract it, it goes away here. It's gone. All I have is the 2y. When I subtract it from this side, a little hint, you always want to put it in the front. So subtract 3x. But we're going to put it in the front. So when we subtract 3x, we put it in the front right there. And then put the 6 at the end. Okay? Then I got to get the y by itself, so I got to get rid of the 2. How are we going to get rid of the 2? We're going to divide by 2. So we're going to divide by 2 here, divide by 2 here, and divide by 2 here. So when we divide by 2 on both sides, we're going to end up, this goes away. That's negative 3/2, and that's 3. And then it's in slope-intercept form. And if I remember correctly, what's slope, Gracie?
M.
M. M is your slope. That's this value right here, your slope. Negative 3/2, that's your M value, remember? Because M was right here. Slope.
That's why you put it in the front, then minus 3x.
Yeah, oh, look at that. My wife is the one filming, and she's so smart. Yeah, so M goes right there because you need your slope. And then this is your B value, your y-intercept of where it hits the y-axis. So this says it hits the y-axis at 3, and then the slope says go down 3 and over 2. Okay, next problem. You guys ready for another problem? Let's go to example number 2. Here we go. Now we're going to be graphing it. So I have to graph y equals 1/2 x plus 4. My 1/2 is my slope, that's the m value. My 4 is the y-intercept, that's where it's the y-axis. So step number 1, you start with the b value, the y-intercept. Find the b, which is the y-intercept, the 4. I found it. So you just put it on the, start right there. It's always on the y-axis. So the first thing you're going to do is find the point on the y-axis and put it right there. Just put a big old fat dot. Just drop a big old fatty right there. Okay? Then step number 2 is put your pencil on that dot, okay? The y-intercept, and then do what the slope says to do. The slope, which was the 1/2 right there, says it's going to be a rise over run, so it's going to be go up 1 and go over 2. So you're going to go up 1 and go over 2. Look, I did it down here. See? There's the big old fatty dot. You go up 1, you go over 2, and you drop another big old fatty dot right there. So you got your 2 dots, you just connect the dots and you're done. So connect the dots, the line, you're done. Slope-intercept form is so easy. Okay, I think we're good. Remember, you can always pause, or you're always welcome to look at your book or talk to me if you got questions. Example 3. Are you guys ready for this? Hey, you want to check out where my sheep are? Come here. Well, actually, my sheep aren't around. They're down below. We'll show you later. But this right here is what brings the sheep like to the truck if I need to. You could put the little sheep go in, they baa, they come through here, and we can lift this up on the truck, and they walk in the truck, you know, because sheep are good too. Oh, it's my doggy. Huck's a good dog. Okay, are we ready for example number 3? Do we need to get in the sun? Okay, that's better. All right, so example number 3. This thing, 2x plus 3y is equal to -3, and it says we got to put this into slope-intercept form. And you know what? I'll graph it too because it's fun. So again, you got to get it. Look, oh, right up here, I have a little cheater thing up here, right? Y equals mx plus b. Wait, what's the m? Well, that's the slope, right?
Slope.
And then the y-intercept, what's that?
B.
The b. Yep. Okay, good. So what we're going to do is we got to get y by itself. I got y by itself. So I got to subtract the 2x. Subtract 2x from both sides. So if I subtract the 2x from both sides, it goes away, and I end up with 3y right here. But the key is putting the -2x out front of the -3, okay? So now I've got 3y equals -2x minus 3, and I got to get rid of the 3. I got to divide by 3 on both sides. So I'm going to divide by 3 here. I'm going to divide by 3 here. I'm going to divide by 3 here. So you can see divide by 3 on both sides here. And I did it right down there. So it cancels the 3's. That becomes -2/3, and that becomes a -1, because -3 over 3 is 1. So it's a -1. All right, so now in green, I have my slope-intercept form, right? I can graph this. So remember, the step 1 was to start there at the y-intercept at -1. So I dropped the big old fatty dot at -1. Remember, we start on the y-axis. That's the y-intercept, so -1. Then I got to do what the slope tells me to do. The slope says down 2 and over 3. So I'm going to go down 1, 2. I'm going to go over 3 from the big old fatty dot that I dropped. I dropped that. I better start there. So -2. -1, I start here, go down 2 over 3. Oh, it's windy. Down 2 over 3, and I drop another dot, and I just connect the 2 lines. That's easy stuff. So easy. You guys got this. I believe in you. You can do it. Landing out.